You know that moment you are sharing an idea in English, you want to sound thoughtful, confident, but the same words come out every single time. I think this is a good plan. I think we should try that. I think maybe. It feels repetitive. It feels a bit weak. It feels like you are not showing the full depth of your mind. If you are tired of saying, I think, you are in the right place. Welcome to Build Your English. I'm Jessica. Today, we are upgrading your speech. We are moving beyond that simple, overused phrase. I will give you 5 advanced alternatives. These are not just fancy synonyms. They are tools. Each tool has a specific job. Each one changes the tone and strength of your sentence instantly. By the end of this, you will have a clear menu of options. You will know exactly which phrase to choose and when. Let us begin. First, we need to understand why we rely on I think so much. It is safe. It is polite. It softens our statement. This is not always a bad thing. Sometimes being soft is the goal. But when you use it for every single opinion, it starts to dilute your message. It can make you sound unsure, even when you aren't. It can hide your confidence. Today, we are building a more nuanced toolkit. We will have phrases for when you are very certain, phrases for when you are making a logical argument, phrases for when you are sharing a strong belief or a personal conviction, and even phrases for when you genuinely want to be soft and open. Ready? Let us start with the first powerful alternative. Number 1, in my view, or in my opinion. Now, this might seem like a very direct replacement, and it is, but it is more formal. It is more structured. It signals that you have considered the matter. You are not just sharing a passing thought. You are offering a considered perspective. It's excellent for professional settings. Use it in meetings, in emails, in discussions. For example, instead of saying, I think the marketing budget is too high, you say, in my view, the marketing budget is too high. It carries more weight. It sounds like you have looked at the numbers. You have formed a professional judgment. It is assertive without being aggressive. Another example. In a team discussion about a new project direction, I think we should focus on social media. That is fine, but in my opinion, our focus should be on social media. It just sounds more deliberate. It invites people to consider your viewpoint as a serious contribution. So, in my view and in my opinion, are your first upgrades. They are straightforward, they are professional, they lift your language from casual thought to formal perspective. Now, let us move to number 2. This one is for logic. This one is for when your idea is based on evidence, on data, on something observable. The phrase is, based on what I've seen, or based on the data. This phrase is incredibly powerful. It moves your opinion out of the realm of personal feeling. It grounds it in facts. It shows you are not just thinking something, you are concluding something based on information. This builds instant credibility. For instance, you're analyzing a website's performance. Instead of, I think our website loading time is driving customers away, you say, based on the data, our website loading time is directly affecting customer bounce rates. Do you hear the difference? The first is a guess. The second is an analysis. It is no longer about what you think, it's about what the evidence shows. Another scenario. You're giving feedback on a report. I think the introduction is too long. That is subjective. Based on what I have seen in successful reports, the introduction could be more concise. Now you are referencing a standard. You are showing your feedback is not just personal preference, it's informed by experience or by comparison. This phrase makes you sound analytical. It makes you sound like a problem solver. It's a must-have for any workplace conversation where decisions are made. All right, we have covered a formal perspective phrase and a logical evidence phrase. Now, number 3 is different. This one connects your idea to your personal experience. It adds a layer of authenticity and practical wisdom. The phrase is, in my experience. This is humble, but also very strong. It says, I'm not just talking theoretically. I have lived this. I have seen this work or not work. People respect lived experience. For example, instead of saying, I think working from home improves productivity for some people, you say, in my experience, a hybrid model improves overall team morale and productivity. It comes from a real place. Another example, when mentoring a newer colleague, I think you should present the financials first. That is a suggestion. In my experience, presenting the financials first helps the audience grasp the scale of the project immediately. It's advice backed by your personal journey. This phrase is warm. It is authoritative in a quiet way. It builds connection because it's human. It's not just a cold fact or a formal view. It's wisdom from your story. Use it when you want to guide, to suggest, to share a lesson you have learned. Now we're moving into stronger territory. Number 4 is for confidence, for when you are not just sharing a view, but you are convinced of it. The phrase is, I'm convinced that, or I'm confident that. This takes I think and amplifies it with your personal belief. It projects assurance. It tells your listener, I have thought about this deeply, and this is where I have landed. It's very persuasive. Imagine a planning meeting. I think this is the right strategy. That is fine, but I'm convinced that this is the right strategy for our long-term growth. It shows commitment. It shows you are ready to stand behind this idea. In a debate or a negotiation, I think your offer is too low. That is weak. I'm confident that our proposal reflects the true market value. This is strong. It is firm. It is professional. This phrase is not for every situation. You use it when you truly believe something, when you have that conviction. It commands respect. It makes people listen to you differently. It signals that you are not just floating an idea, you are advocating for a position. Finally, number 5. This one is subtle. This one is for collaboration, for building on ideas rather than just stating your own. The phrase is, if you ask me. Now, this might sound informal, but it's very useful. It's a polite, slightly indirect way to offer a strong opinion. It literally means, you are inviting me to share, so I will. It softens the delivery just a little while still allowing you to say something direct. It's conversational. It works well in group discussions. For example, the team is brainstorming and ideas are stuck. If you ask me, we are overcomplicating this. Let's go back to the core problem. It's a strong opinion, but the if you ask me frame makes it feel like a helpful contribution, not a criticism. Another example, giving an opinion no one asked for, but you feel is needed. In a project review, I think we missed a key risk. That can sound like blame. If you ask me, we should also consider the supply chain risk here. It presents the idea as an addition, an insight. This phrase is a social tool. It helps you navigate group dynamics. It allows you to be assertive while maintaining a cooperative tone. It's a favorite in many informal and formal English discussions. So, we have 5 powerful alternatives. In my view, for a formal perspective, based on the data for a logical argument, in my experience for wisdom from your journey, I'm convinced that for a strong personal belief, and if you ask me, for collaborative assertiveness. But knowing the phrases is only step 1. Step 2 is practicing them. So let's do a quick practice together. I will say a common I think sentence, and I will upgrade it with one of our new tools. You repeat after me, in your mind or out loud. First, I think the meeting was too long. Let's upgrade. Try, in my view, the meeting could have been more concise. Good. Next, I think sales will go up next quarter. Upgrade. Based on the current pipeline data, sales are projected to rise next quarter. Better. Another, I think you should network more at the conference. Upgrade. In my experience, networking at these conferences opens many doors. More helpful. Now, I think this investment is a good idea. Upgrade. I'm confident that this investment will pay off. Stronger. Finally, I think our brand colors need a refresh. Upgrade. If you ask me, a brand color refresh could modernize our entire image. More collaborative. Feel the difference. Each one has a distinct flavor, a distinct purpose. Your job now is to start listening to yourself. Catch yourself when you are about to say, I think. Pause for half a second. Ask yourself, what is the goal of my sentence right now? Am I giving a formal opinion? Then use, in my view. Am I pointing to facts? Use, based on what I have seen. Am I sharing a lesson from my life? Use, in my experience. Am I stating a strong belief? Use, I am convinced. Am I adding to a group chat? Use, if you ask me. This small pause, this conscious choice, is what transforms your speech. It moves you from automatic to intentional, from a basic speaker to a nuanced communicator. It shows you understand the texture of the English language. You understand that words are not just about meaning, they are about relationship, about tone, about persuasion. Remember, language is a living thing. You shape it, and it shapes how people see you. By choosing a more precise phrase, you are not just swapping words, you are building your identity in English. You are building the identity of a thoughtful person, an analytical person, a wise person, a confident person, a collaborative person. These small phrases are the bricks, and you are the builder. Dear listener, keep noticing those moments when a better phrase is waiting to be used. Keep choosing one new phrase each day to experiment with, and keep building your English, one confident, nuanced sentence at a time.